Hey, what's up, YouTube? How you guys doing? Um, got another fragrance review for you. Uh, this one, it's just gonna be a real quick one, but I had to get on here and let you guys know about this fragrance, let you know what I think about it because it has become my favorite fragrance in my collection. Uh, I don't have a grand collection. I've seen a lot of collections much bigger. I mean, like my collection is puny compared to a lot of collections that I've seen, but it's a fairly good collection, I would say, as far as as far as the amount of fragrances that I have. I think I'm around 80, but out of all my fragrances, this is going to be my new favorite. I've always said that Nishane Ani was my favorite fragrance. This one is a clone of Nishane Ani. And in my opinion, again, anything I'm going to tell you on this channel is going to be strictly my opinion. I know how subjective fragrances can be, and I know that not everybody's opinion is going to be the same. But I'm just giving you my personal opinion, and this fragrance is now my favorite in my collection, and I just felt like I needed to tell you guys that and let you know that if you love Nishane Ani and you love that scent profile, then this one is one you absolutely have to have. Um, I have Nishane Ani. I have the original. It's I got a little 50 mil here that's got about maybe I don't know 10 or 15 mils left. I don't have there's not a lot left in it, but this is the original. And then this one by Fragrance World. This fragrance is by Fragrance World, and it's the only Fragrance World that I have in my collection so far. I definitely plan to acquire some more of these, but um, this is Spectre Ghost. And this fragrance here is my favorite in my collection now. Um, and there's lots of reasons. Um, this is a 10 of 10 fragrance. It checks all the boxes. Another fragrance I can say that about, Eternal Oud by Lattafa. That one's a 10-10, checks all the boxes. Beautiful presentation, excellent atomizer, wonderful scent profile. Those three main categories, and excellent performance. I guess four. Checks all the boxes. This one, no different at all. Another thing, let's start out. Hold on. Let me start out with the. Let me just show you the presentation. Again, it's one of those presentations where I could see a lot of people saying that it's tacky or it's gaudy, and again, everybody's got right to their own opinion. In my opinion, this presentation is fantastic. It's one of the best I have in my collection. It's one of the best I've seen, period. Um, you got your the bullet coming into the bottle here, like it's kind of deforming the bottle, and then you got this other bullet up here go into in the cap. You can just kind of see the back end of it, the firing pin and such. But and then on the top, the Fragrance World logo. And then now the sides of the bottle, the sides and the top and the back, it's kind of like an opaque almost kind of glass, and you can see the level, pretty clearly. You can see the level through the bottle, but this thing here has got. I've spoke before on other review videos. I've spoken about the fire hose atomizers, like you'll get on the milestones here, or the cameras, pressurized atomizers, and I love those. This one's got that good fire hose atomizer, just like a lot of those do. And I mean, personally, I feel like I would be glad. I would like it if all fragrances came with these atomizers because they're awesome. Let me just show you this thing. I mean, this is look at that. I mean, steady, full, powerful stream, a lot of juice coming out. Like you can't ask for a better atomizer than that right there. And oh man, this stuff when it hits the air, I mean, it is just unbelievable. This is one where if you spray it in one room of your house, you're gonna. I don't. Even if you have like a two-level house, like I moved here recently. I've been in this at this address for about a year, but the place that I lived before was a 2-story. This is just a 2-bedroom apartment. So if I spray it in this room, 100% within 10 or 15 seconds, even if the door's closed, I'm gonna smell it out in my living room. Um, and I feel like if you were in like a 2-story home and you sprayed it upstairs in your bedroom, in about 20 minutes, maybe at the most, you're gonna smell it all like downstairs. You know what I mean? Like this is one that just, it's powerful. It makes its statement right off the rip. It lets you know, like from the first time I smelled this, when I got a decant of this first. I started with a decant because if there's something that's cloning my favorite fragrance, which was Nishane Ani, was always my favorite fragrance. I've always said it's my favorite fragrance. Um, and now, if you was to take Nishane Ani and this one here, and now if you want me to tell you about how close it is to Nishane Ani, I would say it's so close to it that I feel like, and this is just my opinion, I feel like the Spectre Ghost, I feel like it's better. I feel like the scent profile's better, the atomizer's better. Hell, I even think the presentation is better. Although I'm not saying, this is a nice presentation. I mean, the cap on this thing weighs up 20 pounds. You could knock somebody out with the cap on this thing. I mean, there's a lot of things that I love about this fragrance, but this one here, the Spectre Ghost, this one is just 100%. It's now my favorite fragrance. Um, if you know what Nishane Ani smells like, you know what I mean, and you're looking for a decent clone that, I mean, this does more than get you there. This does more than give you an idea, but it does it in a way that I think is better. And that's why I say that this is my favorite fragrance now, because it's the Ani scent profile, but taken up another level. I feel like it's got a little bit more personality and a little bit more going on than the original. I'm not going to say that a lot about a lot of fragrances. I'm not. There's a lot of fragrances I have I have a lot of clones, and most of the time, the clone, even if it comes very close to the original, in performance and scent profile, I'm not going to sit here and say like, don't buy the original, go get the clone instead. But this one I will. I mean, I'll tell you, if you're a fan of Nishane Ani, if you like Nishane Ani, you've got to get this. You absolutely have to have this fragrance. And I feel like I'm not the only one. I can't be the only one that thinks that this is better than Ani. If not as good, better than Ani. And I think a lot of people would agree with me. This thing blew me away when I first got a decant of it and smelled it. It's one of those fragrances where you can tell right away when you spray it that it's going to perform great, and that it's going to be a little bit like a kind of a step above um, other stuff. Uh, this thing is 10 of 10. Hats off, no question about it. If I had to get rid of all my fragrances and somebody came in and said, I'm taking all your fragrances from you, but you can keep one, I'll let you keep one, I'm taking everything else, I'd say, leave me my Spectre Ghost. The rest of them are going to have to go. I don't want that to happen. It seems like a very unlikely scenario, but if it ever came to that, this is definitely my favorite in my collection right here. And I'm obviously I'm gonna have to pick up another bottle of it. I'm not gonna pick up a backup bottle like right away, but when this gets down about maybe like say halfway or something, which the way that, as much as I love this thing, I don't see it being too awful long before it gets around that point where I'm gonna have to get another bottle. But there is no way that anybody should pay the kind of prices that it costs for Nishane Ani as long as Spectre Ghost is on the market. I mean, that's just the way that I feel about it. Maybe that's kind of, I know that's kind of a bold statement, And to say that it outperforms the original as a clone, the only place where I would tell you that maybe this one doesn't, you know what I mean, doesn't equal Ani is I do think that Ani, you might get a little more performance, like as far as longevity goes. You might get a little bit more performance out of Ani, but I mean, it is an X straight. Um, and it does have excellent performance. It pushes like crazy. It smells so amazing. But just imagine everything that Ani is going to give you duplicated here. And if anything, maybe a little less performance. I mean, a small amount. And that's just if I have to nitpick and try to find something that would convince you that Ani was, you know, superior to this, but that's about it. That's the only thing I could say is that it's a more not that concentration always means that it's going to be better. You know, for instance, like Savage EDT is a lot stronger and projects and pushes and performs a lot better than other things that are EDP. Um, so it's not always, the concentration doesn't always dictate the performance, but I feel like the only way that you could say that Ani is gonna, you know, be better than this, than the Ghost, is in that regard. Like maybe it gives you a little bit better performance based on partially due to the fact that it's an X-ray. But, and of course, you know, let's not forget, um, I'm not taking anything away from, I mean, Nishane makes absolutely amazing fragrances. They're high quality. They're worth the price that they're charging for them because, you know, you're getting that quality. And normally I would say, like, if you are that worried about, you know, getting the highest, utmost quality that you can and you want that top quality, then go ahead and you know, spend the money and buy the Nishane. I mean, you know, but if you want to spend a fraction of the money and get, you know, right on top of all over what you're going to get from Ani, from a fragrance, from a clone fragrance, you got to have this. Anybody out there who likes Ani as much as I do yourself a huge favor and pick this up. Get this fragrance. If you know, if anything, do like I did, get a decant first, try it out. It one smell is all it took me to know that this fragrance it was love at first smell. Like it only took me one smell. When I first got the decant and sprayed the decant and smelled it, I knew right away that this was going to be one that I had to have. And then once I wore it a couple times, I was convinced that this is my new favorite fragrance, 100%. So now I don't know if you guys go pick this up and it becomes your number one favorite fragrance in your collection. Maybe not, but it did for me. And I have a lot of fragrances here. What I say, I think around 80 plus. And out of all of them, this is the one that is now my absolute 100% favorite. I can't say enough about this thing. Hats off. As you know, I could sit here and, you know, for just 15-20 minutes straight just give hats off to this fragrance, and it wouldn't be enough hats off to tell you how good I think this is. That is the reason I wanted to make this video, to let you guys know that the hype is real. What you're hearing about this, you know, is real, is true. The performance, beastly. The atomizer, wonderful. The scent profile, heavenly. Like this is one that you've got to have if you're an Ani fan, and if you're a just somebody who likes to buy clone fragrances and save yourself a little money. Then, as I do, this got to get this. 100% must buy. That's all for today, guys. I wanted to. I don't think I could have made it any clearer, and I don't think that there's anything else that I can say. to emphasize anymore how much I like this fragrance and how much I think that everybody should try this in their collection. Spectre Ghost, pick it up. You'll love it. I almost guarantee if you're a fragrance, fragrance frag head, somebody that's into fragrances, you're going to appreciate and love this fragrance. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for, tuning into my channel. Got some more videos coming up soon. I haven't made that many lately, but I'm going to try to get on it and get some more going. Should be getting Emir Celestial for Christmas, I'm thinking. And if I do, then I'm going to do a review on that. It's a clone of Ganymede, and really looking forward to that one. But if I don't make another video between now and then, I hope that you guys have an absolutely wonderful holiday. I hope all your Christmas wishes are bright and merry, and I will see you in the next one.